Welcome back. This is AG3 Chapter 3, video number 10. Our central question is, how can you compare the growth rates of linear, exponential, and quadratic functions? So we'll be looking at each one of these functions. Let's start off with what linear looks like. Linear, an equation will look like in the form of y equals mx plus b. M is our slope and b is our y-intercept. The graph will be a straight line. So an example would be y equals 1/2 x plus 2 or 3. So the graph is a straight line. Slope will be positive, it goes up from left to right. If the slope is negative, it'll go down from left to right. Our next graph or function is the exponential function. It's in the form of y equals a times b to the x. This particular function is y equals 2x. Notice it has a power or exponent. X is in the power place. And this goes along from the left to the right and then starts climbing quickly. It can also do the same going the opposite way, where it'll decrease quickly and then level off. That's an exponential graph. And then we have a quadratic. We've been looking at quadratics. It's in the shape of a parabola. We have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Our highest power will be 2. The difference between a quadratic and the exponential is in our exponent we have a 2 for a quadratic, and our exponential there's an x there. Once again, we have zeros and a vertex. If a is positive, it faces up. If a is negative, it opens down. So we're just trying to identify the different graphs. That's all we're doing today. So what type of function is the graph? So we've been looking at these. This should be familiar. It's a parabola. And since it opens up, we know a is positive, but all we want to do is identify it today. So this is a quadratic. This one looks like half a quadratic, but given this information so far, we know that it came in level and then it's climbing quickly, and so that's an exponential. What type of function is a graph? Well, we have a straight line, and so it's a linear. That's all we're doing today, is identifying the types of graphs or type of functions by their graphs. So we want to determine what type of function is the graph that's given. We have several dots. We can connect them in order. It'll help to visualize it. I want you to tell me what type of function that is for the first 4. For 5 and 6, you're going to have to come sit with me so I can show you how to plug these into Desmos to create a table, and that table will help you create a graph. And so you need to come sit with me. All right. Either copy these down or come in front and get a copy of the handout, and we'll get started.